But Supriya, if that is the level to which BJP is stooping, what do you think is the biggest reason? And of course, there's the politics of hatred which
It's
they have
very simple.
espoused for long.
Yeah.
But are they rattled with the rising stature of the leader of the opposition, and they don't know how to handle this rising stature? Maybe this is the reason.
It's very simple. You've hit the nail on its head. Rahul Gandhi's political acceptability, his political credibility, his popularity is growing up by leaps and bounds. And that's not because, none of us are doing anything. It's because Rahul Gandhi first walked from Kanyakumari to Kashmir. He then did a yatra from Manipur to Mumbai. He raises the issues of the people. Who are the people Rahul Gandhi is meeting? Rahul Gandhi is meeting farmers. He is meeting laborers. He is meeting daily wage earners. He's meeting students. He's meeting teachers. He's meeting, various organizations. He is meeting the real India because he wants to understand issues and problems that they are facing. And when Rahul Gandhi is doing that, there is a large section of this country that believes that this man understands what we are going through and he's going to be the solution to our problems. And the reality is, whether it is his popularity on the streets, on the roads, or whether it's his popularity on social media, it is way, way ahead of a very boring, jaded, talking the same language of hate and divisiveness of Mr. Modi. So there's a very stark comparison between the two leaders. And people realize that this guy loves, he treats us more compassionately, he treats us with honesty, he's honest. He's fighting for our rights and he's willing to pay a price for this. And that price can be, losing his membership, losing his house. Those can be multiple prices, but that's the reason. The BJP cannot deal with him in the house because he exposes them. He exposes their frailties. He exposes their flaws. He attacks them where it hurts. He takes the battle to where it belongs. You talk about being the self-appointed custodians of Hindu. Okay, let's talk about Shiva. Let's talk about Abhimanyu and how you have created that Kuchakra that actually killed Abhimanyu. So he's taking the battle to where it belongs. And obviously the BJP is rattled. He's honest to the core. He's absolutely fearless, undaunting. He looks Mr. Modi in the eye and asks the questions that many people in the opposition used to wither away from. You think the BJP will like him? You think the BJP will appreciate that? Absolutely not. But I was astounded. It can come out in political, it can come out in political combat. But for people to start threatening his life, and I do feel about this very strongly. For somebody to say you will meet the same fate as your grandmother. Oh yes, his grandmother was assassinated and brutally assassinated. She was the sitting prime minister of this country. She was assassinated with not one, not two, but 32 bullets that ramaged through her chest. She died for this country because she refused to give in to the demands of Khalistan. She refused to make peace with terrorists. That's what Indira Gandhi did. His father was blown up into pieces. And I know and I remember that day when he had come back and we had seen reports of how he had to gather pieces of his father's body to even cremate him. I mean, you can call anybody anything. This dimbit of a minister calls Rahul Gandhi a terrorist. You're going to call Rahul Gandhi a terrorist? He's lost his grandmother and he's lost his father to terrorism. Rahul Gandhi walked the length and breadth of this country. And when some of us said, is it safe for you to just let people come without checking, without frisking? And he said, look, I am going to walk. And if my country is going to do this to me, then so what may. It takes a lot for a man to have lost his family to terrorism, his family to violence, and then have such a forgiving, such a compassionate, such a loving attitude. You're going to call the great-grandson of Pandit Nehru a terrorist? Pandit Nehru spent 9.5 years in jail fighting for this country's independence. Are you really going to do that and we'll take it lying down? No, we're not going to take it lying down.
But Supriya, you were making a mention of Ravneet Bittu. And yesterday when he was speaking to the reporters, he said that forget sorry. I'm going to call him a terrorist inside the Lok Sabha also, inside the house. That's what the brazenness which we saw. Now, how is Congress prepared to tackle this brazenness? Is it going to happen through the protests on the streets? You will take it to a legal fight where you'll fight it out in the court? How is it going to be unfolding?
So there are multiple FIRs that have been lodged against this hate monger Bittu. I also think a person who used to circle around Rahul Gandhi to ensure that his politics sees the light of day, for him to join the BJP and say these things, it's very, very shameless. But the reality also is that while we will lodge FIRs and we will do the protests and, our units will do it, the biggest response comes from the people of this country. When BJP loses Jammu and Kashmir and Haryana, they will know what it means. They will know that this country is not going to stand by and be a mute spectator when you threaten Rahul Gandhi's right, life and liberty. They know that very well, and that's going to be the best answer to them. And I challenge this Ravneet Bittu. You do this in the House, and then you see what this country will respond to. You will not just be defeated in Haryana and Jammu and Kashmir. You will be defeated in Maharashtra, in Jharkhand, in every election that happens after there, because that's the ammunition that people of this country have. They vote, and they're going to respond very strongly to this. Look, if any of these jokers, and I keep calling them jokers, if any of these jokers believe that this is going to make an iota of a difference to Rahul Gandhi, they don't understand the metal he's made out of. I don't know if I should be sharing this personal anecdote, but I will. When the Bharat Jodo Yatra was happening and there was shooting in Pakistan and somebody had shot Imran Khan, my mind immediately went to my leader and I was like, is he safe? Because some things like this can happen, and BJP has such polarized politics, the politics of hate. And I remember some of us spoke to him and he said, it doesn't matter. I'm wearing a white t-shirt. If my country wants to make it red, so be it. I'm going to walk. And look at how this country espoused the love that he had to give. Look at how this country not just took him, but also went into his arms. Look at the kind of message of love and, Mohabbat ki dukaan was never spoken about. Nobody spoke about love in politics. I think it's to Rahul Gandhi's credit that he brought that very important parlance in politics. So if these guys think it makes a difference to Rahul Gandhi, it does not. Does it aggrieve congressmen and women like me? Absolutely it does. And we're not going to take it lying down. My leader may be very large-hearted. I'm not. And one day this regime will change. And one day you will be in the opposition. And I don't threaten anybody. I don't do any of those things because I think that's not what democracy should be. But one day you will get a taste of what you're doing right now.
Stay ahead with our cutting-edge news app. Instantly access the latest shorts in just 1 minute and breaking news in just 50 words. Download now for a smarter, faster news experience.